Hi everybody, this is Mr Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope so. Here I am on a very hot day in England with another selection of your email questions and comments. So without any more puffing and panting, let's have our first question for today. Are there any differences between must, should, ought and have? This question comes from Alexander Gruchin, who lives in the Siberian city of Novosibirsk. In the general sense, the differences between these words are small. They are all related to an order or instruction. Something must be done. It should be done. It ought to be done. You have to do it. We can also add has to this list. It has to be done. These days the word ought is being used less, with the ever popular should and must being used more often instead. And yes, Alexander, you were right about the abbreviation in lesson 30. LEWD, LUD, does mean Learning English with Duncan. Where does the music you use in your lessons come from? This question comes from Josh van der Kraan, who resides in the Netherlands. I'm often asked about the various pieces of music that can be heard in many of my full-length English lessons. Some of the background music I create myself using composing software. I also buy lots of my music from companies based on the internet. One company in particular, called Partners in Rhyme, supplies music with a royalty-free license, which means I can use their material without having to pay large sums of money later. I simply pay for a copy of the music, which comes with a license agreement. I'm glad to hear that so many of you are enjoying my video lessons and the music contained within them. I suppose I should say a big hello to Mark Lewis and all the guys at Partners in Rhyme over the pond in LA, California. What are the differences between British and American English when it comes to grammar? This common question comes from Dongseop Shin, who lives in South Korea. Annyeonghaseyo to you. A few months ago, I made a video lesson explaining many of the differences between British and American English. It is lesson 52. There are some grammatical variants included in that video, as well as many common word variations too. What are the differences between probably, maybe, possibly, and perhaps? This question was sent in by Payam Delfani, who comes from Iran but now lives in Sweden. These words can be used in two ways. They can express a positive or negative possibility. The words can express an optimistic result or create doubt as to whether something will happen or not. Could it happen? It probably will. Maybe it will. Quite possibly. Perhaps it will. All these sentences point to a likely outcome. An unlikely outcome would be expressed as, it probably won't. Maybe not. It could not possibly happen. Perhaps not. It is also worth remembering that maybe and perhaps are often used to express uncertainty. You are unsure. Before I zoom off for a well-deserved cool glass of water, I would like to say a special hello to Jose Degwitz, who wrote to me asking for a big special mention for and hello to Venezuela. Hello, Venezuela. I think the temperature today here in England is about the same as South America. A big hello and ni hao to David Zhang in Beijing, who sent me a lovely email in which he had typed just one word, hello. Hello to you too, David. And a big hello to Lucilla, who lives in the beautiful coastal village of Camoli in Italy. Thank you for your very kind words and for sending me those beautiful photographs of your location. That is it from me for today. Keep sending in those emails. I will join you again, and I hope you will join me too, next week for Ask Mr Duncan 15. It's incredible. These weeks go by so fast. This is Mr Duncan in England saying thank you for asking me, and of course, ta-ta for now.